Hey, how's it going, guys? This is DJ Face120 here, and you know it's that time of the week again. This is week 13 of NFL predictions. You saw last week I did not make a predictions video. Sorry, that's because I was on Thanksgiving break. I wanted to take a time with my family from college. I hope you guys can understand that. But a lot of stuff happened last week. But let's get into this week. Again, we do not have a record, so I did not do a video last week. So, however, let's get into the predictions. I would like to say, I am thinking of making a video about young Carson Wentz. Check that video out. I'm actually reacting to an old video of him, so I hope you guys like it. Alright, first game we got Thursday night. Redskins versus the Cowboys. This could be good. However, the thing is, both these teams are in a win or die situation because they have to win out to make the playoffs. They're playing in Jerry World, the Cowboys and Redskins. I think this one will actually go to the Cowboys, even though they don't have Ezekiel and know they've been struggling as of late. I do think that the Cowboys pull this one out. Now, like I said, the Redskins, they played a great team in the Saints and almost came out the win, should have come out the win, blew that one. They played against the Giants, and again, that's just the Giants, but I say that the Cowboys will beat the Redskins. Alright, we got the Kansas City Chiefs versus the Jets. Chiefs are skidding. They are doing awful. Kareem Hunt and Alex Smith are not who they were at the beginning of the season, versus the New York Jets team who almost won against the Panthers. Jets are looking really good. Chiefs are sliding. I think their slide will continue. Yes, it's a new month. You know, we never know. Alex Smith could be a December quarterback. November was a bad month for him. But I think they will not get on track this week, and the Jets will beat the Chiefs. Next, we got the New England Patriots versus the Bills. Patriots taking care of business as always. And the Buffalo Bills, who beat the Kansas City Chiefs. Tyrod Taylor showing why he should not have been benched. Now, the Buffalo Bills and the Patriots is an interesting game. They're playing in Buffalo. I don't see anybody beating the Patriots. I would not be surprised if it happened, but I do not think that the Bills will beat the Patriots this one. Tom Brady's looking way too good. Gronkowski's looking good. The defense is just shutting people down. So I think Tyrod Taylor may have a little bit of problems in this one, and the Patriots will beat the Bills. Next, we got the Broncos versus the Dolphins. First of all, no one's going to care about this game. I honestly think this game's going to be awful. You have Jay Cutler versus, I'm not even sure who's going to be the quarterback now. Maybe they're going back to Brock Osweiler because they did start Paxton and he got injured, which stinks. I'm sorry about Paxton. I kind of want to see how he's going to do until he got injured. But I do think that this one will go to the Dolphins. It's a hard thing to say, you know. And people are going to be like, why the Dolphins? They are playing in Miami. The Broncos are not playing well at all. Even with their defense, I do think the Dolphins squeeze by just a tad bit in this one. Next up, we got the 49ers versus the Bears. Niners losing to the Seahawks. However, Garoppolo did play. And in that drive that he did play, he threw his first touchdown pass. Congratulations to Garoppolo. And the Bears, who got stomped by the Philadelphia Eagles against the Eagles team. And the Bears, you know, they've won against good teams. This one is going to be a close one. It's at Soldier Field. It depends here. I think it's going to be interesting. Do they play Garoppolo? If they play Garoppolo, I think that he will show up and beat the Bears if they start Garoppolo. But if they don't, I think the Bears win this one. I know 49ers fans, you know, probably think, oh, you know, maybe they'll even lose because, you know, they want to get that better draft pick. You never know that. This game is going to be awful. But just in case, I'm going to say this. Garoppolo plays, 49ers win. He doesn't, Bears win. There we go. Next, we got the Detroit Lions versus the Ravens. The Lions coming off a loss against the Minnesota Vikings on Thanksgiving, while the Ravens are coming off their game against the Texans. Ravens defense is looking real well. The Lions defense are looking well. I think right now they're both like top 5, top 10 defenses on fantasy, at least for PPR. I'm going to give this one to the Lions, and here's why. I think that Matthew Stafford may pick apart that Ravens defense, and I think that having Joe Flacco to rely against him without decent rushing attack, and he's not as good a quarterback that he used to be, although I never thought he was elite, I think that he will lose, and the Detroit Lions will beat the Ravens in Baltimore. Next up, we got one of the best games this week, Minnesota Vikings versus the Atlanta Falcons. Vikings, great win. Falcons, great win. Julio Jones looking good. This is tough to say. I think here's what's going to happen. I think the Vikings will win against the Falcons. It's going to be a great game. I think this could be the week that the Vikings show that even with Case Keenum, they are a shoo-in to maybe get a first or second seed in the playoffs. This game was going to be a turning point whether to see if they're actually contenders, if they actually can compete against these teams. The Falcons need to win too. You have the Saints dropping, one. You have the Panthers, who almost lost to the Jets, so the Falcons are still in contention to win their division. I would not be surprised if that happens. This game I'm going to give to the Vikings. Got Colts versus Jaguars. Colts come off of a close loss against the Titans, while the Jaguars are coming off a loss against the Arizona Cardinals. Blaine Gabbert getting his revenge on them. I just don't think the Colts are going to win. Jaguars defense scored again. They scored more touchdowns than Blake Bortles, it seems, and that's not good. I don't think they're going to do well in the playoffs when they make it, may I say. But I do think that the Jaguars will beat the Colts, giving them a bunch of problems. Next, you got the Cleveland Browns versus the Los Angeles Chargers. Browns still looking for that win. However, may I remind you that last year, the only win the Browns had all season was against the Los Angeles Chargers, well, San Diego at that time. And the San Diego Chargers are coming off of a win against Cowboys on Thanksgiving. I said that I think the Chargers may have a shot at winning their division. May not even worry about the wild card. Chiefs are right now sliding. Then you have to worry about the Raiders. You don't need to worry about the Broncos. I think that right now, how it's set up, the Chargers have a good shot at winning their division based on their schedule. So that's one thing to look out for. But I think this one, Chargers are going to beat the Browns. I don't think it's going to be a repeat like last year. I think the Browns are going to lose. Next up, we got the Los Angeles Rams, hot offense, coming against the Cardinals, who will somehow beat the Jaguars. I think this one is going to go to the Rams. The Cardinals, I think that was a fluke game, to be honest with you. I think Jacksonville, I thought their defense is good and their offense is bad, but I just think that they cannot stop the Rams. I'm going to pick Los Angeles to beat the Cardinals. Another one of those bad games. You got the Giants versus the Raiders. Actually, not really that bad. Raiders have a shot to win their division also. Maybe make a wild card spot. Well, the Giants are just the Giants right now. Raiders win this one. That's all I can say. I just feel like they're still a better team. Even though the Giants somehow pull up these weird wins. I mean, I don't know how they happen, but they do. But I think that the Raiders will beat the New York Giants. All right, next up, we got a great one. We got the Panthers versus the Saints. Panthers coming off the win against the New York Jets. Well, the Saints actually lost against the Los Angeles Rams. This game is great. This game will have a huge factor in who wins the NFC South. And this one, it's going to be tough. I'm going to pick, you know what? I'll pick the Saints. Only because I still think that the Panthers are still relying a little bit too much on Cam Newton. And I think the Saints will prove that. Got Alvin Kamara and Ingram in the backfield, proving great. Drew Brees is getting able to, sit back a bit, run the ball more, and get some more read action. And I think that'll be great for him, help him stay healthy. I think the Saints will beat the Panthers. All right, next up, we got what I think will be the best game of the week, and probably the most showing game of the week. You got the Eagles versus Seahawks. The Eagles are 10-1 right now, on top of the whole NFL, versus a Seahawks team. Now, will this game prove that the Eagles are top contenders, or will it prove that the Eagles may have had a softer schedule than people may think? Now, here's some things to think about. Seahawks are losing two of their best defenders as of right now. I'm not saying the Seahawks defense was doing well, but I'm sure that will help Carson Wentz and the offense. Another thing to look at, you have the Eagles who stop a rushing attack. Now, the Seahawks don't rely on a rushing attack, but maybe that will hurt them a bit that they're more one-dimensional. If they look into more of a passing game, the corners are not doing bad right now for the Eagles. They have great interceptions, other than Malcolm Jenkins fumbling the one against the Bears. But I think this game could prove a lot. If the Eagles win this one, and even when they win next week, if they win against the Rams, this could prove to people that, hey, maybe they are for real and not benefiting off of maybe a softer schedule than people would like. I don't know. The Eagles are still blowing out teams, though, however, to just prove some of that people saying their schedule is the reason why they're winning. Any team you beat by 28 points in the NFL, that's still a pretty good game. I digress. I haven't picked my game, and I think the winner of this game will be the Eagles, based on the fact that a little bit injury depleted on defensive side of the ball for the Seahawks. They are playing in Seattle, so let's see how this one goes. But I think that the Eagles will beat the Seahawks. Next game, we got Monday night. We got our rivalry game, Steelers versus the Bengals. It's always heated between these two. We got hard hits, lots of penalties, and I think that this one will go to the Steelers. I don't think the Bengals are going to play spoiler on this one. I'm just waiting for the Steelers and the Patriots to play, to be honest. But I think this one will go to the Pittsburgh Steelers. Le'Veon Bell, Antonio Brown looking good. Keep your eye out for Smith-Schuster. I think he could have a great game too. I think, obviously, Steelers beat the Bengals. And that's it for this week of NFL predictions. You tell me who I got wrong. You tell me who I got right. Tell me your thoughts, comments on my picks on the season. Tell me teams that you like to see. Tell me teams that you think are doing better than they should, or doing worse than they should. And I hope to see you guys in the next video.